everyone, Tracy here with Paper Closet Designs, and today's video is one that I am really excited about. We are going to be doing a box card that is a gardener's tool set. I'm really excited about this. About 2 years ago, I did a toolbox box card for Father's Day, and then last Christmas, I believe, I did the Santa Claus toolbox kit, and so this time we're going to do a garden toolbox kit, a box card. There are a couple of optional things that you may want to have on hand for this card. The first one is some mini brads. Now this is an option. You do not have to use these. I'm going to show you as we go along where you would use them if you choose to. The other optional piece that you may want is a piece of string or a piece of twine to tie the sign on. Again, totally optional. If you want to just glue it on or put it on with pop dots, you can do that as well. At the end of this video, I have also designed a A7. So this is an A7 card, which means it measures 5 by 7. So I have designed an A7 box card envelope that you can use to put this in and to either mail it or if you're hand delivering it. And so this file is already on the store, but I will show you at the end of the video how to assemble this, this envelope to fit your card. Okay, so this card does have quite a few pieces to it. It's easy to go together, but there are a few pieces. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing is you will have a little printable image that says bloom and grow. And if you don't want this, this is an optional piece. You can leave it off. You can use the blank side and type in your own message, handwrite, stamp something. Totally optional. And then the sign banner piece is also included. The front of the card has a like a tool chest, and it has 4 vertical pieces that have the holes cut out for them, and 3 horizontal pieces. And then it has a solid piece. This piece you'll want to use for sure. These are optional, but they really add to the prettiness of the card. Our first layer says number 1, and it has the watering can. So there is our first layer. Set that to the side. And the watering can has 3 layers. So it has the can. It has the can with the top and the holes cut out, and then it has the label. Our second piece is the handle for the toolbox, and it says number 2. It has your handles, a front and a back piece, and it has the gardener shears with handles. Right there, that is piece number 2, or layer number 2. Layer number 3 has your 2 gardening tools. So it has the shovel and the fork and the handles, and it says piece number 3. And then you have the box card itself. So we have this piece that has your score lines. You'll have a back piece, and you actually have 2 back pieces. One I cut from the same color as I cut the wood pieces, and the other I cut as the same color as the box. And then you'll have an optional gift card if you want to put a gift card on the back of it. And then to finish it off, you have 2 small flowers, and the flowers have the flower center, the flower, and then the leaves, which are 1 full piece. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to set the gift card aside, and we're going to set the back piece aside. We're going to start by folding our front of the box card. So there are 4 score lines, and we're going to score them down. And you want to make sure that they're nice and crisp. So I would go ahead, use a bone folder, or even just your finger, but you want to make sure that those are nice and crisp. 2 score lines on each side. And on this piece, it really doesn't matter which one is top and bottom. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and set that to the side in our back piece, and let's assemble our front piece. So this is where these optional brads can come in. We're going to go ahead and put glue. I'm going to make sure that I'm in the view of the camera. We're going to go ahead and put glue on these wood slats and line them up so the holes show through. And there's 3 longer pieces or horizontal pieces. Just match them up. And I did ink the edges of these just a little bit. I don't know if you can see them or not. You don't have to, but it kind of adds a little bit of depth and dimension. You could also, if you had an embossing folder, with a wood grain, you could run those through with that and give it a wood grain look. So pretty. Okay, now we're going to take the 4 vertical pieces and we're going to match them up, and all you have to do is match up the holes. If your holes match up, then the pieces are going to be spaced accordingly. Everything's going to look the way that it should. So just match up those holes. This is such a fun card. I love the other 2 that I've done. I've made them multiple times. And now I think this one is going to go into my favorite stash. And I already know who I'm giving this first card to. One of my good friends loves to garden. And I think this is going to go to her for her birthday. Okay, so once you have that done, now you can add these brads if you would like to. Again, totally optional. It just kind of gives it that look of a nail. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we're going to speed through this part of the video. If you do not have brads, you could use epoxy dots if you wanted to, or rhinestones, or like I said, you can leave it blank and then the circles will just be filled with the color behind it. And that works too. That's usually how I do it. But I wanted to show you how this looks with the brads on there. Okay, so once that is all done, we're going to set that piece aside. So let's get our piece number 3. And this has the gardening fork and gardening shovel. And so we're just going to glue those on. And then glue the little handles. And I have cut this out of the pink and the blue, kind of as my color choice. But you could do this out of any color. If you wanted to make it a little more masculine, you could do blues or reds, dark greens. Just about any color would work really well with this. Like I said, I'm going to do it for a friend of mine. So I wanted it kind of light and pretty and flowery. Okay, so there is layer number 3. Let's do layer number 1 next. And these all have cut out. I don't know if you can see that, which layer it is. They're just cut out. So we're going to take the watering can base and glue it on there first. Oops. And then the second one with the holes cut out. And then the label. Okay, and then we're going to do layer number 2. So it has the scissors and it has the handles. I'm going to glue the handle on first. This is the handle for the toolbox. And I have given you two pieces of the handle. One is for the front, one is for the back. The back is optional. It's not going to be seen as much, but you might still want it on there. I keep saying optional. You'll notice that this card has lots of options. You get to make it the way that you want it for you. Okay, then we're going to add our little scissors. Shears, I guess these are. And it also has the handles. Now I did the handles on these the same color as I did the handle on the box. You might want to do it a different color so that it shows up a little bit better. Maybe that would have worked better if I'd done it in pink, but I think it'll still work. Okay, and then let's go ahead and glue our flowers together. So I'm going to take this yellow flower and glue it to the green. And again, if you're doing this more masculine, you don't have to add the flowers. Maybe it's for somebody that does vegetable gardening. Glue the center in there. Those center pieces could also be done with your epoxy dots or rhinestones. So many options with this card. Oops. And then finally, let's take our Bloom and Grow and glue it to the sign piece. And now all we have to do is assemble the card. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring back our card base right here, and we're going to glue this front piece to the front of the card base. I'm going to use tape. You could also use foam pop dots if you wanted to. And just roll right over those brads is fine. And then we're going to glue it to the front. Make sure that the sides still fold, and they do. So there's the front of the card. Okay, let's flip this over. Oh, I didn't get that on very straight. When I flipped it over, I can see that it's not very straight. So I'm going to do that again. There we go, much better. Okay, now we're going to flip it over, and I'm going to take piece one, and I'm going to turn the tabs up towards me. I would usually do this with glue. I'm going to do it with my tape runner because I don't want to sit here and hold glue and wait for the glue to dry on the video. But honestly, glue is your better friend when you're doing these box cards. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put tape or glue on the two tabs. Okay, now we're going to bring this box, the base, down, and we're going to put the right side of that first tab right along the left side of the score line. So right where it folds, we're going to just lay that right there, and we're going to match the top of that. Not the top of the tab, but the top of the layer. And then just fold that over and press it. And if you have got glue on there, you're going to want to hold it until the glue dries. Okay, now we're going to take the left side of this tab, and we're going to match it on the left side of the score line. So if I bring this up, maybe you can see it. I'm going to lay it right there, fold that all over, and press and hold. And again, if you have glue, you're going to hold that until it dries. You want to make sure that it bends in both directions. And there is the watering can. Okay, now we're going to take two and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold those tabs up towards us. Fold it down and put tape on those two tabs on the back side. And actually, you want glue. Glue's going to hold it a lot better. Okay, fold it open. We're going to put this tab right here, the one on the left side, we are going to put it so it's right behind the edge of that first tab. And just line it up right like that. And press. Fold it over. And then line this tab right up behind that one. And it's hard to show you on the camera what I'm doing, but you should be able to fold it and get a flat fold. Let me work around this. Here we go. There we go. Get a flat fold in each direction. And there's the front. And if you look at it from the top, there's your first layer and there is your second layer. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. We're going to take the back layer, which is number 3. We're going to fold those up. Flip it over to the back and put tape or glue on those two tabs. And then just like before, we're going to put the left side of this tab right behind that next tab. Fold it over. Bring it over to here and put this edge of the tab right behind the last tab. You can just fold it over, make sure everything is folding straight. Straight. Okay, now we have the back piece. So I'm going to put tape on the inside of this back piece. No, I'm going to put glue on the inside of the tab. Sorry. 1, and open that up, and 2. Now we're going to take this piece and line it up right along the edge there. Can you see this? Am I in the camera? So I've lined it right along the edge. I'm going to fold that tab over. I'm going to send it this way. Fold it, lay it flat so that this edge is right along the edge of the tab, the score line of the tab. And fold it over, and it should fold in both directions. And now we can take the back piece that matches the front and glue it on. And that just covers up those tabs. It makes the box stronger, but it covers up the tab. Let's lay it flat. Perfect. Okay, to finish it up, that's what it's looking like. There's the view from the top. We can add our little sign, and this is where if you've got the optional string, you can use it, or twine, or you can just glue it right on there if you want to do that. But if you've already gone to the trouble of adding those brads, not the trouble, but you know what I mean. You've done it. They're on there. Let's go ahead and tie this. And I'm just doing like a square knot. Trim the edges a little bit. Put some glue on that. Come on, we're almost done. And then you can just hang it from one of those brads and glue it on. There we go. And now you can take, whoops, it didn't. Now you can take your flowers and add them anywhere that you would like. I would be careful about putting anything on the handle because it might make it too tall so that it doesn't fit into the envelope. We're just going to go ahead and glue that on there. Glue this one on here. Okay, if you want to add the optional gift card to the back, this piece comes with it. There are three score lines. We're going to score everything down. Fold that down. Fold this tab down. Fold this tab down. Go ahead and put tape or glue on your two tabs. Fold them in, and then bring this piece over, and there is your pocket for your gift card, and we can just put that right on the back. Wouldn't this be fun with a little gift card to your receiver's favorite nursery? Such a fun spring card. Oh, I'm so happy. I love to garden. This would make me happy. Okay, now I'm going to show you the envelope. This is the A7 box card envelope. And I realized after I cut it out that I did this out of cream and it's not going to show up really well on my white table, but we're going to make it work. So there is a score line. There's two score lines on the top, two score lines on each side, and two score lines on the bottom. That's what gives it the thickness to hold your card. So we're just going to bend everything down. So make sure that you're getting both score lines when you do that. So there's the top one, or the first one, and then there's the second one. And this is really thick paper too. Not only is it white, it's really thick. I wouldn't normally do an envelope out of this thick of paper. But it'll be nice and sturdy for mailing. This is 80 pound, if you're wondering. There's one score line. And then the next score line. One score line. And the next score line. And I really should have a bone folder and be doing this with a bone folder, but I didn't bring it over here. There we go. And then and all you're going to do, oops, that one didn't fold really straight, is we're going to put tape on this side, on the right hand side, all the way down and across the bottom, and then flip it over and put tape on this other, which is now the right hand side. Then when we fold it over, we can bring the left side over first and then the right side. Bring up the small tab, that is the bottom. And then once your card is in here, you can tape or glue this top piece, or you can fold it over and hold it with a sticker. And your box card fits just nice and perfect inside of that envelope. Oops, put it in front so everybody can see it. perfect way to mail your box card and keep it safe and protected. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you will go ahead and give this file a try. Send it to somebody really special. Hit subscribe down below so that you don't miss any of my videos. Give me a thumbs up and have a great day.